What if your customers are trying to find your business online, but instead of finding you, they find your competitors? Now, more than ever, it's time to make sure you have the right SEO to make your business stand out online. Welcome to Go Mind Your Business with Terry Bork, presented by Extreme Marketing Concepts, putting your business in front of the hungry herd of buyers who are looking for you right now. Extreme Marketing Concepts, helping you drive more traffic, dominate the market, and crush your competition. And now, here's Terry.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Go Mind Your Business. My name is Terry Bork, and I'm really excited to be with you guys today. I am having somebody who I followed for a very long time on our program today, and his name is Adam Nolan. Adam, welcome to our program today.
Thank you very much, Terry. Really excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm really excited to have you too. Like I said, I've been following you for a while now, and I just want to share with our listeners a little bit about you. Adam is the founder and editor-in-chief of Marketing Hacks, which is a great newsletter. He's also had other successful programs online like Outsource Mastery and the Passive Print System. He's been on the marketing scene since about 2010, and he went from zero to over $100,000 in 90 days in his business, and he's gone on to produce a multiple seven-figure income for himself over the course of a couple years. And today we're going to be talking about your marketing funnel, setting it up, why it's important. So again, please welcome Adam to our program today.
Thank you very, very much. Like I said, I'm really excited to be here. I love chatting about this kind of stuff. So few people properly set up sales funnels, and the vast majority of a business's income is brought in after the initial 30 days. So it's such an important topic that I'm really glad that we get the opportunity to discuss this today.
Yeah, so it's really important, your marketing funnel. So why is it so important to have a funnel? Why should our listeners have one at all in their business?
Well, it's interesting because it benefits so many different aspects of your business. Off the top of my head, because I've been doing a lot of paid advertising lately, and I know that's a really big topic right now that people are concerned about. How do I find cheaper traffic? How do I find the best quality, cheap traffic? But the really great thing about having a sales funnel is that you can pay whatever you want for traffic. You can buy the best quality, most expensive traffic, and then all you have to do is you add products behind in your sales funnel to recoup the advertising costs. So that's one of the big benefits. While everyone else is kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel, you get the best quality clients because you know that you can support that advertising with your funnel. Also, and the reason that I mentioned just a moment ago, you make way, way, way more money by having an asset, by having a list that you can contact, that you can keep in touch with regularly, that you can build a relationship with. You're able to use that to drive sales and to drive leads, drive appointments day in and day out without spending $1 more on advertising. Not only that, but you can promote affiliate-related products, so products that are from your, not necessarily your competitors, but that are complementary to what you're selling to generate extra revenue, and you don't even need to service these clients after that. Once you hand them over towards whoever's product that you're selling, they take care of those clients. So it's just a really, really great way of reducing the cost of acquiring a client, of increasing customer value, of just generally having a much more positive experience with your clients.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thanks, Adam. Now, does it take a lot to set up a successful funnel?
Absolutely not, and that's where a lot of people get hung up on this, is they think that a sales funnel has to be this really big, deep, expansive ecosystem where you have to provide tons of content and you have to go and create all the content all at once, and it's a really intimidating, daunting process. But a sales funnel doesn't have to be something that is 2 or 3 months long. It can be something that is a week long. You don't have to go and worry about creating a ton of content. If you just put 1 or 2 emails in there that are sent out maybe 1 week after, 2 weeks after, something really, really small to start. It starts that process of getting things put into a funnel, of getting to that point where you can offer other items in your funnel, where you can start to generate more revenue. So you can take this as a kind of a platform, a stepping stone. The biggest thing you need to know, though, before you start creating any kind of funnel and any kind of business, is you have to know your customer really, really well. Because one of the biggest things that I see is that, as an example, I have a business in the parenting market for brand new parents. And I teach this stuff regularly. And one of the things that I'll see is that somebody will opt into a funnel, will join your business, will join the funnel, will purchase whatever product it is that you're selling. And for the first week or so, you might be promoting things to them that are directly related to your offer. However, over time, you might start to deviate from that. And you might not realize that it's happening. So as an example, in my parenting newsletter, my brand new parenting newsletter, everything I have in there is designed towards parents that have just had their first baby. Now, if I didn't know my customers really, really well, and I didn't do all the research into it, I might think that it would be okay to put in what kind of preschool to choose or how to find a babysitter. But that's really not their pressing concern right now. That's not what they're interested in learning. So although it's important information, it's not important information right now. And having that kind of information about your customer will dictate what you can put in your sales funnel. So you need to know what they want, what they don't want, the consequences of not taking action on purchasing the items that you've got in your funnel, and the benefits of following through the items in your funnel. So once you know who your customers are, their pain points, their emotions, by sitting there, and it's really just sitting down and brainstorming and writing this stuff out, kind of putting yourself in your customer's shoes. Once you go through that process, it makes it so much easier to find products that your customers are going to love, to find articles they'll read, and to find pieces of information or even create pieces of information that they'll share with everybody they know.
Oh, that's brilliant strategy. Thank you for sharing that. And, you know, it's so easy to get off track with wanting to provide information that, you know, you tend to wander away from that main reason that somebody opted in. And I can see, like, you know, maybe as someone's child is growing, you'd want to move them to the next list. Oh, your child is older now. They're not brand new parents. They're ready to have a night out. So you have a reason to create a new product and get them into a different funnel.
Yeah, and it's a completely different set of concerns too, and it's going to be the same regardless of what you're doing. So, you know, you might have a product that teaches someone how to generate leads. Okay, that's fantastic. The funnel teaches them how to generate leads. That's where they are at this point in their business. You wouldn't necessarily want to talk about how to close phone sales in that funnel then, because they're not at that point right now. It isn't relevant to them, so they're not likely to buy something about that.
Right. Very great points. Thank you for sharing that. So how do people typically get started with creating a funnel that will be profitable for them?
What I recommend doing, I mean, after you get that customer mind map, after you go through and you know exactly who your customers are, I find that a lot of people, when they go to build their funnels, they build them the wrong way. They build them one day at a time. And building a sales funnel is a lot like playing a game of chess. You need to know what's going to happen 3 moves out, because even though your prospect or the person on your list may not necessarily know that you're going to be promoting to them in 3 days, in your funnel you need to know that's going to happen, because you need to build them up to that. So if you're just writing one email at a time, one day at a time, you don't know what's going to happen 3 days from now, or you haven't planned a promotion, you're losing out on so much of the effectiveness of a sales funnel, because you can't build up the hype, you can't build up the scarcity, you can't tell them that this is a special event that's coming up that they have to purchase from. So what I recommend people do in order to start putting together their funnel is to assemble all of the content they think they're going to need first, based off what they've got for their customer desire, mind map, their benefits, all of that. So go out, find the content. You don't have to create the content. You can go and buy it with PLRs. You can find content online, and always give credit where credit is due. It's super important. Always give credit. But you can include that and say, hey, I found this really great article. I think you might like that. And then you put that in the funnel. So you assemble all this content first. You assemble all your promotions first. You put everything together and you kind of lay it all out in front of you. And then based on that, based on what you have to sell, you start assembling your funnel from there. So it makes logical sense. So if the first problem they're running into right now is getting traffic to their page, well, then you might want to talk to them about different ways to do that. After they get traffic to their page, the next problem they're going to be running into is maybe getting people to opt in. So that would be the next logical step. So your funnel should lead them through the process of solving the problems that they're running into. And that's why it's so important to put all this content together first, to know what you're going to be talking about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks down the road, before you actually start writing anything. You don't necessarily have to create it all at once. You just have to have the outline.
Oh, and I think that's brilliant. I think many people feel like they have to have all of it done, and then
No.
they've got information overload, and then they wind up doing nothing because they just go, "Oh, this is just way too big for me. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what they want to know." Instead of sitting down and saying, "Okay, if this was me, what would I want to do? What would I want to know?" And then map that out. I love mind maps. I find them extremely effective for me. Other people use other outline methods to outline for them. And then really keep with your topic, know what you want to talk about, and then create each piece. And I think breaking it down into bite-sized pieces instead of the whole elephant, you'll get so much more done, right?
Absolutely. And one of the best, I can't remember who I learned it from, but one of the best tips I ever learned was that when you're writing emails out, first of all, don't write them out in Aweber or GetResponse or whatever it is that you're writing, your email program. Write them out in Microsoft Word and write them out 2, 3, 4 days at a time in the same document. Because what happens is, instead of becoming a broadcast type message where you're standing at the top of a podium announcing, here, I have this thing to sell, you're having a dialogue with them, a conversation. So you write the email out, and then the first email that you send out follows, or is followed by the second email, but it's a dialogue, it's a conversation. So, hey, did you get that email I sent you yesterday? I think you might like this too, blah, 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 and you follow along with that. So it's more of a dialogue-based conversation instead of a broadcast, instead of an announcement. And it makes it much more fluid in the similar voice when you're writing and it's all in one document and you're getting it done all in one shot. So you don't have to do the entire funnel, but I highly recommend people write out at least 2 to 3 emails at one time and just sit down for an hour, because when you write emails in batches, first of all, you're in the same state when you write, so it's going to be the same tonality. But it's also going to be a lot more fluid when the person's reading it, and your train of thought is going to be the same throughout the entire email. They're not going to be disconnected.
Oh, another great little tip that you dropped there for us, Adam. I appreciate you sharing that as well. And I'm guilty. I have sat there and written message after message after message in my autoresponder program, and they do kind of lose a little bit of it. I could see how putting it all down on one document would really be helpful.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. So if our listeners were to get started in creating their affiliate funnel or creating their funnel period, what could their life look like in 30 days, 90 days, a year from now, if they got something going and stayed on topic with their list?
Well, for the people that are currently stuck in 9-to-5 jobs, the really great thing about this is that it's not just you going online and promoting one thing or sharing one thing, where if that person who created that thing stops deciding to support it, that's it, you've lost your income. It's not the type of thing where you have to go and create a huge product yourself. You don't have to do a ton of support. Basically, what you're doing is assembling the pieces. So if you can get the pieces assembled, and you can start getting a little bit of traffic to it in 30, 60, 90 days from now, because of all the different income sources coming into this, it builds a very, very stable, very reliable income that really has the potential to allow you to leave your 9-to-5 job. I've had people go through this process that I'm sharing with you and the systems that I'm teaching that have left their jobs in literally 60 days. Like right before Christmas, they've left their job and they've managed completely fine. They started working on this, I believe it was September of last year or so, and quit their job at September, October, around mid-November or so, right before Christmas, and they've never worked again. And it's all based off this funnel system, this funnel technology, because it makes it so easy for you to have a reliable income so that you can leave your 9-to-5 job. Now, if you're in the situation where you've already got a business right now, having this system set up, having a funnel behind your business is going to generate so much more profit for you. It's going to make your advertising easier because it's going to be you turn to profit a lot faster. On top of that, you're going to be able to promote products that are complementary to your own, makes you look like a good guy in the eye of your customers, and then the complementary products, you get paid from that too. So it's just basically this whole big bag of awesome stuff. You make one little funnel that's maybe 2-3 weeks long, and you can easily double your profit if you're running a business, or if you're in a 9-to-5 job, it gives you the ability to actually get out of that 9-to-5 job.
Wow, so it can be a really quick process, guys. And Adam, for you, a lot of the folks on my program, they do work a full-time job, and a lot of them are looking for how they can bring in additional money to either take care of the electric bill or the car insurance payment, all the way up to leaving that 9-to-5 job or the big job that they don't want to go to every single day and truly create the life that they love, which is what this business affords so many people. And it's such a great thing to be able to do, to make your own schedule. I love it. I'm sure you love it, right?
You brought up something that I actually want to mention to your viewers, and it's funny because it completely slipped my mind until you mentioned it. But when I first got into this internet marketing thing, the way that I set my goals, and I hopefully it'll work for your readers too, and it's a really great way of setting goals with this system, is you pick one thing that you want to pay for. Like, I'm going to set up my funnel online, and I don't want it to replace my income. I don't want it to pay my mortgage. I don't want it to do all that. I just want it to pay the $200 cable bill. I'm tired of paying for cable. Having to pay for all that stuff sucks. So if you make that your goal, it's just a little tiny goal, or maybe your $60 per month cell phone bill. Once you get that set up, once you start getting the money in, you know that that cell phone bill is going to be taken care of forever, because a lot of these payments are recurring payments. The cable bill is going to be taken care of forever. And you start taking off the stress. And then it slowly starts building. And it slowly gets to the point where you can actually leave your 9-to-5 job. And that is a fantastic day.
Oh, it is the most liberating day, I think, in any person who has left their full-time job to pursue marketing online or whatever they're doing, working for themselves, being an entrepreneur from home. It's the most exhilarating feeling ever. And you never want to go back to that chain, right? So it just makes you that much more motivated to keep it up, because I work so much harder for myself than I ever did working for a boss, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's awesome. So let's talk about maybe some roadblocks that people can run into when they're setting up their funnels. Now, I know we talked a little bit about wandering away from being on topic. Are there any other roadblocks that typically stop your students from getting started?
Absolutely. And, you know, it's not a popular answer, but the number one reason I see is technical roadblocks. And that's because people want to cut corners. People want to go and find the absolute cheapest hosting, the absolute cheapest software out there. They want to get the free WordPress site set up. They want to spend absolutely no money on their business, and then they expect the world of results from that. So the number one thing that I've found as far as blocks is this technical challenge, and I highly recommend people invest in quality tools, quality software, things like lead pages, so you don't have to pay for hosting, so you don't have to worry about setting up sites and all that, because if you focus on the content in your business, the message you're sharing, instead of the actual tools you're using to build it with, you're going to go a lot farther. So try and get as many of those technical headaches out of the way, and the easiest way to do that, unfortunately, is to pay up a little bit. So that's probably the number one roadblock that I see. Aside from that, tracking. But I want to answer that in another question that I have that I'll answer for you.
Perfect. That's great. So let's talk maybe about some strategies that stop those roadblocks and help you put yourself onto the path to wild success. Can you share those maybe a little bit with us?
Exactly, yeah. And that's I actually wanted to transition into that. So I'm glad that you asked me that next, because that brings me to my next topic of strategies, strategies that we can to fix these roadblocks, to make sure that you get where you want to go. Tracking. And it's not something that is talked about often in this industry, or it's not often enough anyway, but we are blessed. We are one of the few business types in the world that has the ability to track absolutely every number, every conversion, every sale, every opt-in in our business. And there are companies in the world that would literally pay millions, and that do pay millions and millions and millions of dollars every year to be able to do this. And if that's the case, and if all these companies around the world are willing to pay to have this information, then why is it that so few people actually track stuff? It drives me crazy, because it blows my mind, because it literally takes this business, any kind of online business, from swinging a bat in the dark and hoping you hit something to educated scientific fact. If you can say for sure, if you know that version A of a page is better than version B, and you can prove it with numbers, then why aren't you doing that? And you can do this for free. excuse me, you can do this for free, but nobody does it. And that is one of the biggest things that you can do to get over these roadblocks, because yeah, you can go out, you can buy lead pages, and you can set up your page, and that's a great tool to use. But unless you know your headline is going to convert, unless you test it, unless you test different audiences, unless you test different pages, and this stuff isn't hard to do. There's software that you could do this for free. Like visualwebsiteoptimizer.com does this for free. But if you test this, you will steadily, gradually improve. And it literally becomes just a matter of time before you start making enough money to leave your business. All it is version A or version B, which is better. And if you can do that, then it'll solve 90% of your problems in making money online. I can't drill that point home enough. And I literally have 2 to 3 sections in every single product that I release about this. I speak about this ad nauseam because of how incredibly important this is. Track and test everything you can.
Well, it's true, you know, and I don't remember what brilliant marketer told me a long time ago. It could have been Eric Louvier or maybe you. I don't know. There's so many great people in this industry, but they told me that from $0 to $1 million, you are less than 30 tweaks away with your sales copy to achieve that in your business. 30 tweaks. So think about it. You could be not knowing where to find dinner tonight to having a $1 million business by just tweaking your sales copy less than 30 times. How awesome is that? And it doesn't take much to make it a slight adjustment. And they're usually not big, huge adjustments. They're usually very small. Color, right? Where you put the text, where you put a video, if you use a video or not to use a video. Very small, easy fixes.
Yep, and even on the opt-in side of things, not even just a sales letter, if you've got a funnel set up and an opt-in on the front end and you've got people going through that, literally one tweak to your headline can take you from a 15% conversion rate to a 40% conversion rate. And I know because I did it 2 weeks ago, and I did that with about 200 people visiting the site. And my revenue shot through the roof because of that. And it literally, it took 200 visits and hardly any effort at all on my part. It's one of the best, the fastest ways that you can improve your business.
Oh, it's true. Cool. So I want to transition just a little bit. So you guys, we've been talking about creating your funnel, and Adam has a brilliant product out there, and it's called your affiliate funnel, and you'll find it right here at terrybork.com/AF. I never know where to put my fingers. I'm sorry. So you'll find it terrybork.com/AF. So I want to take a few minutes, Adam, and have you share a little bit about this amazing program with our listeners. So can you do that?
Absolutely. So this program is something that I developed because I wanted to be able to show people that you can get into this online marketing stuff. You can make money online, and you don't have to build a product. You don't have to worry about customer support. You don't have to worry about all the headaches that are traditionally associated with making a business online, because the really great thing about this is that all of the content in there is content that you can find somewhere else. So your job here in this, and it walks you through, I believe it's in 10 videos, step-by-step videos, exactly how to go out and find information that people are going to enjoy reading about, and then how to find products that people are going to enjoy purchasing, and then how to assemble all that into a sequence that makes sense, and then put that into a funnel. And then after that, it teaches you different strategies that you can take to send people to that page that are going to be interested, that are going to opt in, and then obviously are going to purchase things so that you start making money. It's a very, very linear system, and a large part of it is focused on that tracking stuff. Now, don't worry if it sounds complicated, it sounds technical. Everything is broken down in a very, very clear, easy to understand ways. There's really only 2 or 3 numbers you need to worry about, but if you know those, then it makes this business a piece of cake, because once you set it up, once you follow the step-by-step process, all it is doing those little tiny tweaks that Terry and I talked about, those little tiny changes, and then you make those changes all the way until you successfully leave your job, until your income hits whatever it is that you want, whether that's $5,000 a month or $10,000, or really the sky's the limit. That's the great thing about this.
Oh, it's so great. And you guys, I have taken many of Adam's courses, and he breaks things down into these small, little, succinct, do this, now do this. And it makes it so simple for us, especially when I was first starting technical. I'm not technical. I'm still not technical. I know how to do more things now, but I'm not a technical type person. But you can actually learn how to put this stuff together. It's a nice, easily laid out thing, and you can be successful if you follow the program, follow the process. So, get it. It's here. It's terrybork.com/AF for the affiliate funnel. And it's such a brilliant system. I actually wish Adam had this when I first got started. It would have shaved years off of my learning. Right?
Well, I know exactly what you mean. Just the funnel setup aspect of it, the tracking, that stuff alone, when I learned that stuff 2 or 3 years ago, I think a light bulb went off in my head. It was just this holy cow moment. Like, this is easy. I just have to start stringing these emails together. If you can write an email a day, then you could do this. Once you go through the modules, you could literally have the entire thing set up in an afternoon, under 3 hours, and then that's it. You could start getting people to visit the site, sharing it around the web, and start making money.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I know that the program itself, it's a minimal investment. I think your program it's like $27. So for less than some burgers and some beer on a Friday night, you can really start your affiliate funnel process. And again, you don't need to have your own products. Adam will guide you through how to find products that you can share with your people who are interested in what you have to talk about and what you're interested in, right?
Absolutely, yep. And it'll work in any market. Everything from hunting and fishing to knitting, sewing to business to education to counseling, support. Even heck, I've had contractors, sign up for this type of stuff. So it really is. If you have a problem that needs solved, there are other people in the world that have that same problem. If you can help them solve it, then they will pay you for that.
Right, and I think that was the hardest thing for me to learn in this business. Oh, there's a ton of information out about that on the internet. Why would they buy it from me? And the thing that I have learned is that only you can tell it from your side of you. No one else has your knowledge. Only you have that knowledge. And people will pay you for your experience. All of your bumps and bruises, they're worth money to you.
Well, a lot of people, believe it or not, you and I are fairly tech savvy, but a lot of people have a really hard time using the web still. They don't know how to go and find this information. I've got a client that I'm working with right now that is building a funnel in the diabetes market, and his average customers are age 50 and up. Well, they're really not all that tech savvy, so they might not know where to go to find this information. So not only are you able to make a profit from this and help people, well, you're genuinely able to help people. You're able to make people's lives better because a lot of these people don't have the skills to find the information that they need to get a hand on or need to get a hold of.
Yeah, oh, that's an awesome point, too. And just, I love this product. I think it's awesome. You can find it right here at terrybork.com/AF. You want to go pick that up. And then I want to hear about all the success that you guys are having online with your funnels. And then you get to work with Adam as well and get to share with him all of your successes online as well. So there is that link right there. Adam, I've had so much fun learning about setting up a marketing funnel for my business. And I so thank you for being with us today. Do you have any final tips on funnels for us?
Well, I suppose probably the biggest thing, not necessarily a tip on a funnel, but just a tip in general, big imperfect action. The people that are making money with this stuff aren't the people that are sitting in the corner crafting, incredible devious sales funnels with the best automation sequences and all that. They're the people that are out there digging the ditches. They're the people that are out there, just testing stuff out. Grab an email, put an email in a funnel, put one email or 2 emails, see what happens. Do people open it? Do people respond? Take imperfect action. So, just get out there and do it. And if this is new to you, if you haven't ever done this type of thing before, the affiliate funnel is going to be a great introduction. It'll walk you through the entire process. And I'm here in the background via support email. I've got a support desk, people running it 24 hours a day pretty much. So I'm going to help walk you through this system. And if you don't have a funnel right now, you're leaving a ton of money on the table, and I can't wait to help you set that up. So like Terry said, terrybork.com/AF, and I look forward to working with you.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks so much again for joining us today, Adam. I had the best time ever. And guys, until next time, go mind your business and have an awesome day. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Go Mind Your Business with Terry Bork, presented by Extreme Marketing Concepts. If you want to drive more traffic, dominate the market, and crush your competition, find out how by visiting our website, www.extrememarketingconcepts.com. And join Terry next time for another episode of Go Mind Your Business.